Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacalyn. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacalyn at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to USA Global TV, and hello to our friends listening on Business Talk Radio. Hi to Chris Roberts. I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and we have a brand new show today. I'm so excited about it. Before I share the name, look at this incredible background. Okay, isn't this magnificent? A big shout out to the lovely, beautiful Daphne DeLucci at Roar Media Creative. Our show today is the United Kingdom news and culture, and my co-host is no stranger to this platform. In fact, this is her third show that she is co-hosting with me. She's that darn good. Her name is Diann Floyd Boehm. She is an award-winning international children's book and young adults book author. She is also an actress, a performer, a teacher. She's someone who is the connector across the world. If you want to meet somebody, you need to know Diann Floyd Boehm. She also has lived all around the world, and she has friends in every city across the globe. It's amazing. And she knows a lot about the United Kingdom and has a lot of connections there. So we're going to bring her on right now and have a chat. Hello, Diann. How are you?
Hi. Thank you for the beautiful introduction. You're too kind.
Well, it's all true. And how you managed to fit in the three shows, I'm just so grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's exciting for me, but I am like super pumped about this show. I love the United Kingdom.
You know what? I am super pumped about it as well. What's so interesting is that we have a big following in the United Kingdom. And I'm really grateful because the people there are so lovely and warm and gracious. And a number of them have been on our shows and continue to book. So hello to everyone in the United Kingdom. We love you.
Yes, we do love you. And my heritage, I don't know if I ever told you, my heritage is like, I'm a total UK heritage with a splash of Belgium. From
no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that, Diann.
Well, okay. Well, it's all exciting to me. I have a little bit of Welsh because my main name is Floyd, and in Wales it's Lloyd. But when they came to America in the 1600s, which is now Long Island, the part they came to, they changed it to Floyd. Per the king's request, which is another whole story by itself.
Wow.
And then I have the Scottish heritage, the Irish heritage, and the English heritage. Harris, Patrick, and Terrell. There you go. To begin with.
That's quite a story. Now, you can't just gloss over by the king's request. What does that mean?
Oh, okay. Well, so the story goes that Richard Floyd and Richard Smith, which are both grandparents, they were asked by the king to come to Long Island, to the New World, and establish colonies because Denmark was establishing in the New World. And so the king wanted his footprint there as well. So off they went, these brave pioneers, and I like to think I have a little bit of their spirit. And there's actually in Long Island a Floyd Museum that you can go to, and it'll tell you the whole history, and it's really beautiful to go to. And on the Belgium side, it's the Boehm, by the way.
You are filled with surprises, my friends. We have a comment from our other friend, Christopher Roberts, over there on Business Talk Radio. Yeah, Long Island. That's where Chris is right now.
Oh, hey, Chris. Say hi to all the Floyds. If you see Chris, the statue of Bull Smith, great grandpa.
We're going to have to go there one day.
connection.
We have to go there one day, Diann.
I would love to do that.
That'd be pretty cool. And by the way, in the introduction, I neglected to mention that you are a master storyteller. I
Oh,
love hearing you. It's the room just stops. No one's breathing when you're telling your stories.
oh, thank you so much. I do love to tell stories. My mama said, see, here I go. My mama said there was two things I did the moment I was born. I hit a high A, and for my cry,
Wow.
and then I never stopped talking.
That was beautiful, Diann. That's a
Oh, well, you're
beautiful
very
high
kind. Thank you. Who knows
A.
if it was really a high A, but anyway.
Sounded good to me. Chris said, and he wrote, and a school district, William Floyd SD.
That's right. School district and an elementary school called William Floyd. Thank you, Chris. Yay. And a parkway called William Floyd. He was actually, Wales should be very proud. I actually went to the hometown, Brookhaven in Wales, which is really beautiful. And the town there, well, anyway, William Floyd, they've in Long Island, if you saw an old map from a long time ago, the king must have been very, very proud of everybody because they did settle.
Well, it's a fascinating story. And that's every time I'm with you, I learn something new. And I'm sure our audience does as well. Let's share a little bit with our audience about what they can expect on future weeks with this show. So, Diann, I've been to the UK once. And that was in 2018. I was highly impressed. I was actually on a business trip for work, which was nice because I got to stay at the best places and eat the best food. You can't complain about that. I love the corporate world for that. And I love the people. Everybody was very friendly. And of course, people speak a certain way, which I love also. And I love how people are formal and polite, and their English is just so I've always been impressed. And the people that I've met since starting this platform, the people from the UK, are so gracious. People are so incredibly nice. People reach out to me all the time and thank me or ask if they can come on the program. And I want to say hi and thank you to everybody for that. It means a lot. Diann, I know you have extensive experience when it comes to traveling and to the UK. So what can you share with our audience about that?
Well, I've been blessed to have been there several times. My husband and I went there for one of our anniversaries, and we visited the southern part of England, which was just, oh, the stories were just, and the places, there's just so much you can say. And then for all our kids, I have three, each one was able to pick a place in the world they would like to travel to. With me, they needed to pick a place if they spoke English, but my husband speaks several languages, so they could be very creative. But I was blessed that Rachel selected England. So, and then the point was they had to put together the entire trip. I had no say. It was all about them being 16. What do you want to see? And she, there was no internet, there was nothing, right? But she gathered the maps and did everything. And we traveled to castles, got on the trains and the buses and traveled everywhere. And there wasn't a spot that we went to that wasn't spectacular. Everything about King Henry. At that time, Princess Diana had just recently passed. And so we went to Kensington Palace, of course, and paid respects. And we took in that. We took in the theater. The theater in England is phenomenal. So there's a little highlight. I still need to do Northern England.
And was there any performance by Diann Floyd Boehm there in the theater?
Oh, heavens, no. My job was to sit there and take it all in and watch some of my friends. So.
Well, maybe that'll be on your list, your bucket list of things to do.
Well, I don't know. I really just enjoy watching my friends. They're like super, super talented.
Well, you are
But
too, my
thank
dear.
you. Thank you. Yeah.
So going forward in future weeks, if people are interested in being on this show, they actually can go to our website, usaglobaltv.com, book your session, and they can book right there if they want to join us and they have knowledge, expertise in something related to the UK, whether we certainly know people who are newscasters, broadcasters from over there. And we're interested in having anybody who is interested in sharing their knowledge about the culture of the UK on the program. So just again, go to usaglobaltv.com, our brand new website. Thank you so much again to Roar Media Creative and Daphne DeLucci, doing a fantastic job, working tirelessly. Her little fingers probably bleeding from all the typing that she's been doing. But it's a very beautiful website, and you can go right there to book your session.
So
Okay.
everyone, please do, because we want to hear from you. It's all about the beauty of the UK for sure.
And Diann, we're also going to explore on this show the great relationship that has existed for a long time between our two countries. And I think Americans love the British people and the British love the Americans. And of course, the whole royal family, there's a lot of interest about what they're doing and what's going on. And I know there's a big celebration that's going to take place with the Queen. I think she's been in reign 70 years. Is that right?
That's right. And also, Princess Kate is celebrating her 40th.
Ooh.
So 2 big celebrations, right?
Yes, yes. Wow, what would it be like to go back to 40?
Energy.
Well, the funny thing is the first thing I think of at 40 is skin.
Oh, true. Very true. But you look gorgeous, so you don't have to worry about it. And
Well,
I think in England, a lot of people have gorgeous skin because there's so much lovely moisture there.
and the
The
summers are a
greens.
lot shorter there, right?
Yeah. I think if I was to look on the globe, I've always meant to do this. I think it's about even with Washington State. So you have all the gorgeous green and beautiful gardens, and it is because they get a lot of rain, and yeah, shorter summers, but beautiful, beautiful springtime for sure.
It's interesting you mentioned Seattle. I actually went to Seattle. My brother-in-law was in the military and he was stationed there, and there was a lot of greenery. It did rain a lot, though.
Yes, it is known for its rain and blue skies. That's true, but it is pretty. Woodby Island. Was he out in Woodby Island?
No, it
With
was
Air
in
Force?
Tacoma.
Oh, Tacoma. Okay, yeah, further down south.
Tacoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Very nice.
Of course, you would know. You know so many places in the world. So, where are some other places in the UK that you've been or that you want to go to?
Well, London, I spend a lot of time with, and I love London. I love watching the changing of the guard, and it was actually one of my mama's favorite things. If you were in London, you had to watch the changing of the guards, and it would be fun to have someone come on and speak about that because there's such polished the way they do it, and in history, just in changing the guards and how it takes place. I truly have not been to Northern England, and I need to. And my husband and I hope to go to Scotland one day. That would be phenomenal. So
I'd
I
like to
still
go
have a
there
lot
as
to
well.
see the world for sure.
When I was in London, one of the things I really enjoyed about it was that it was a very walkable city. I love to
Mhm.
walk. And
Mhm.
of course, the shopping. Ooh, we don't even want to go there. The shopping is crazy.
Right.
And I also was able to stay out in the country. I think the name of the resort was the Coventry House. I have to,
Mhm.
but it was nice because I got to see the countryside and the city, and
Yes.
both were absolutely beautiful.
So beautiful, and there's so many cottages, and if you go way out into the countryside, you can actually see a few thatched houses that you can go into and so forth. Kind of like America, you can go to different places and step back into time. But for the British or all the UK, they're so lucky because they actually, when they say castles, they really mean it. So there's palaces, there are castles, and the school kids automatically get to go on field trips with real life castles instead of us Americans building castles,
Out of Legos.
Yeah, exactly.
I did see the changing of the guard, and it really does take your breath away because
Mm.
if you think how distracted we are in this world, right? Our attention span is like, what is it, 3 seconds? It's like that of a gnat. And I remember, just a quick segue. Do you remember the show? I think it was called 24, and
Oh,
it
yes, of
had,
course.
yeah, Kiefer Sutherland in it.
Yes, yes.
And he had to learn these skills that he would appear to be dead, right? That his
Mm.
heartbeat would stop, it could go so low, whatever it was. And I think about the changing of the guard, like that kind of focus with people trying to make you laugh, or, trying
Yeah.
to get you off your game. And it's intent, resolute. It's that commitment to something that's so much more important, more powerful, and the distractions are just, they don't exist for them.
Yeah, I think you said it beautifully. I happened to meet a young man, my husband and I, on a train, who was um, had studied, or whatever the proper word is, to become a changing of the guard. He
Wow.
didn't quite make it, and he was heartbroken. But he was sharing with us the prestige it comes within your own family to be selected, and it's a very, very difficult process. So that's why I think it'd be fun to have someone come on and share, that, so we can appreciate it even more. So
And I'd love to know what the training is that's involved with that.
he went into some detail, but it's been over 10 years, so I don't remember it all, and it might have changed by then. But for me, a silly notion about it all is I don't know how they balance that hat on their head.
That's a good point, because the uniforms, I forget where I was. We went on a side trip, and well, actually, where they keep the, I don't know if this is the right, the proper way to phrase it, but the royal horses,
They're beautiful.
stunning. And we actually have a clip that was given to us by
Yes.
Ian and Helena. We can run that. But the uniforms are so magnificent, the detail work. And I
Mhm.
think to myself also that to put that on, what it must feel like to be part of something so important.
I think it'd be like royalty in some ways, right?
And a
Has to
big
be.
responsibility also.
Huge responsibility, and I'm sure if you I mean, no matter what news they get from home, when they get a tiny break, they can't let any of that distract them from their job. So,
Yeah, it's
I
that
don't think
mental
I have that
toughness.
yeah, I don't think I have that concentration.
You
I like to
could, though.
talk too much.
No, that's what that's what I think it'd be interesting to have somebody to come and share, maybe not on this show, but what it takes to have that kind of mental fortitude and strength that literally nothing can distract you.
Yeah, right, right. I might have done 'em better on my tests in school if I had that concentration.
So let me ask you this, Diane. When you're traveling, let's say you were planning a trip over to the UK, how do you mentally prepare for the hours in flight, or for the whole? And this could be pre-COVID, doesn't matter. But you have to pack a certain way, right? You have to have everything planned out in advance. You have to have your trip planned out. Maybe working with Sandy Adams, who's our expert here on USA Global
Mhm.
TV. But and then you get there, and you have a new routine you're going to follow, or maybe you're using a tour group, whatever it is. What do you typically do if you're planning a trip like that?
It depends on what the, focus is. Generally, now the focus is going to the shows. I truly absolutely love the West End. Um, my husband is fantastic about planning trips, and so I kinda just put it all in his hands and go, "Boom." But, but, you know, because we have been blessed to go several times. There was a time that we would stay in like the center of London, but then we'd have to like take a taxi to go to the shows, and then we'd have to make sure we got when we got out of the show, get back to the hotel before we couldn't get a taxi. So we learned to stay close to where all the shows are, so I could take in 2 or 3 shows a day. That's how much I like the shows.
Wow, Diane.
So it really depends on the purpose. And when you stay close to the West End with a lot of the theaters, then you can go shopping. So it really depends on the focus. If the focus is all about history and taking in things, it depends on the section. and area. So if you were going to the Wimbledon for tennis, you want to stay close to that area, and it's a whole new world, and just learning about the town and the area and the people and walking around and the history. There's just so much. What can you say?
I think it would be fantastic to go to Wimbledon. I wish I could take my mom there one day. It would just be amazing. And I love how everybody's dressed. Everybody just looks
Even
just
when they sorry, my friends, to call you they all the time in third person, but just tea is so incredible. And when I was living in Dubai, it was so much fun to meet all my British friends, and they would have proper tea, and you would wear your hat. And now I always had hats because of mama, but because you grew up in that era and taught me to love wearing hats. So I wear hats whether people like it or not anymore. It's just fun. But there, it's, you go to a wedding, you wear a hat, right? You go to a tea, you wear a hat. And there's just something elegant about what people bring to their culture and in their country. I really love it.
I love that too. And I think I've shared this before, but I'm in Florida right now. And the first time I came here decades ago, things have really shifted where people are wearing just very, very, very casual clothing. And I miss all of that with the gloves and the hats. And, Daphne had created this slide for Christian Dior. I don't know if you
Mhm.
remember it or not from one of the shows, but just true elegance,
Oh,
the
oh
way people
yes, I
the way
do.
people dressed. And I don't know, that's always been a big part of who I am. And even throughout my corporate career, people would make comments like, "Oh, who do you think you are? Why are you dressed this way?" And just like you said
Mhm.
about the hats, I was like, "Hey, this is
Yeah,
it. I really
yeah,
care."
yeah.
But it is nice to be in a culture where that's really appreciated and even um, recommended.
Right. I do not like how we've become very messy. I must say, I had fun and just really got a real giggle out of, how jeans that are ripped are very popular, which drives me nuts. But I would see some lovely young girls, gorgeous girls in the little ripped jean things. And yet they carried it off so beautifully, I thought, because they had a hat on. Like, go girl.
There is something about wearing a hat. You feel like you're a different person in a lot of ways.
Right, right, exactly. And truthfully, I love that you have the etiquette show, because maybe we'll be lucky enough that people will bring it back. You know, President Kennedy, Jackie Kennedy's mama, I was reading a biography about her, and her mama told her when she was young, because they loved horses, said, "Look, I don't care what you think." I'm paraphrasing. "I'm raising a thoroughbred, and you will." And that really stuck with me. So when I started raising my kids, I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm raising thoroughbreds." And they're like, "What?"
And you sure did.
Yes, they are amazing. And when it comes to fashion, I'll share one more thought, and then we get back to the incredible UK. Um, Rachel, my oldest, I hope she doesn't mind me speaking about her, but that's what mamas do, no matter what age. She started Fancy Friday and at work. And so she comes dressed up to the T
Oh, I
on
love that.
Fridays. And, people are starting to go, it'd be kind of cool to dress up. And so I think that's starting to get, pick up. And I thought you should take that further for other people, the Fancy
I
Friday
love
Club or
that
something.
idea. Yeah. To that point, when I do the shows, I'm always dressed up, right? And I put on my
Hmm.
makeup and my nail polish and my jewelry. And I feel transported. I feel like I'm a TV show host. I feel like I'm a broadcaster, as opposed to the other extreme is when I'm in my workout clothes. And that's a different mindset, right? I'm
Exactly.
dressed to work out. It's funny, with the place that I go to work out, I see people wearing all kinds of jewelry and they've got makeup on, and I don't judge, I don't care, but I have no makeup on, no jewelry. I'm there to sweat and work. And when I'm here doing this, I'm here to entertain. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. Even when I go into my room for writing, as you know, there's a certain way I have it set up so that I mentally and can go into this writing mode. But I sort of have to dress a certain way too, maybe something like the character, whatever it is to help bring and inspire me. I think clothes make a huge difference. And that's why I was very fortunate. I always taught in private schools, and the philosophy there was always dress to learn, dress to succeed. And kids there, they were there. They knew they were there to make good grades, and they weren't teased about making good grades. You were teased if you didn't make good grades. So it was the opposite. So mindset is very important. And I think that's another reason I like your etiquette, which comes from our wonderful.
Yes, the British School of Excellence with Philip Sykes. That's another one of our shows. And one thing I've learned from Philip is etiquette is so much more than how to hold a teacup.
Yes.
It is so much more. It really is about who you are in the inside and what you're putting out to the world.
That's right. That's right. And how you feel. So.
And by the way, the British School of Excellence has locations around the world, and I know they're continuing to expand. So they are taking these teachings and learnings to other cultures, which is really kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, and we all need it, and we all need to embrace our culture, but still have a little style about us, right?
Absolutely. And speaking of stylish, I want to play our clip from Ian and Helena, the Royal Artillery Holcomb Beach clip with the horses.
Oh, I love that.
I love their style. Let's take a look, and then we'll be right back, Diann.
Will do.
overview of what it is we'll be discussing here week in and week out, and to encourage you to go over to our website, USA Global TV, and book your session to join us.
That's right. I wanted to share with you that I read that the West End is now open, so there's a lot of shows people can, if they're planning a trip to London, can go and see.
That's great news. And Diann, I'm wondering, what would you say are the main differences or similarities between Broadway and the West End?
I think very similar in the sense that they put on a lot of the same productions. And the fun part about nowadays is some of the British West End stars will come and be in New York on Broadway and vice versa. So it's nice that everybody goes across each other's pond, as they say.
That really is nice. And we've had some wonderful performers from the West End who've been here on our program. So I hope that they'll come back and join us again and give us the latest updates. What did you think of the clip that we saw with the horses?
Oh, magnificent. I want to know what shampoo they use.
Well, and I have to say, I think it's our dear friend Philip Chan, may he rest in peace. What an amazing person.
Yes.
I think on one of the shows he shared that the horses have a certain regimen and their food has if anybody's out there knows this, I think they have 11 vitamins or minerals or nutrients or something that they have to have. And that's part of why their coat looks so great, because what they're putting inside them, what they're eating, as opposed to just, and isn't that true for us as humans, that if we put in our bodies food that isn't good for us, it shows on our skin?
Absolutely. And there was a show in London, I think they were or England, they were the first ones to do it, where the girls went in and they looked at your refrigerator and they started pulling things out, and it was, you are what you eat. I don't know if you ever saw it, but it was a great show.
No, I didn't. And, just a quick digression. We've had your friend Katrina, who's amazing and talks about skin, and also Ricky, the celebrity chef, talking about nutrition. I still, in a moment of weakness, and when I don't have a lot of time, I will have a granola bar or a power bar. And I know it's bad because the wrapper has all those things. But what about the British diet? What about the way people eat over in the UK? Anything that you know about that?
No, not really. It would be fun to have an expert because when I'm with some of my British friends and we're waiting backstage before we go on, I'm afraid we're eating a lot of sugar to keep our.
Well, I do know a number of people have shared with me, people from London, that they eat organic and they eat fresh. That we're over here in the States. It's funny, we had somebody on our show from London. She's a model, and she actually married somebody from the States, and what she loved was McDonald's. They love going to McDonald's, which it's McDonald's, and we're not saying anything about the brand,
right,
but it is interesting because that's kind of like in a go-to. You're hungry and you just want something quickly, but as you're eating it, you're thinking, wow, I better get on the treadmill.
I will say there is a wonderful person. Maybe we should have her on as a guest. Her name is Fran Ellis, and she was my trainer when I was in Dubai. She's from England, and she runs a huge show about health and fitness and eating and so forth. And she is all about organic and puts together fantastic meals. And I know I learned a lot from her, and she looked at my ice box. Kind of like that show. I still call down south here. We still say, for a refrigerator, we still say ice box. By the way,
I love it.
So in case someone's like, ice box, what's she talking about? A refrigerator.
We have a comment from Maxine Griffiths. Hi, Maxine. Good afternoon to you. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you.
Thank you. But anyway, she went in and she saw my refrigerator and she says, "Oh, Lordy."
What are you doing there in Texas?
We went shopping. Oh, this was in Dubai.
Oh, in Dubai.
This was in Dubai. Yeah. So anyway, she helped me get on the straight and narrow. But you are right. It was interesting to visit different places in the world and to see different corporations that you wouldn't expect to see. So my kids and I, we were always taking pictures like of McDonald's in Arabic, McDonald's in Spanish, McDonald's. It's like, wow.
They really figured it out, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They did. So, but I know there's some great news going on, and I know the people in London are excited about their world opening up, and so I know we're going to be getting some fantastic new information soon about the life and style of the British.
Yeah, so people know what to expect. Each week we will have news and we will have guests, and we are just excited to be able to spotlight and highlight the United Kingdom because we both love it and have so many wonderful friends there.
Absolutely. And, sometimes I hope we'll even talk about some of their incredible shows. The BBC did a wonderful documentary on coutures and the coutures for the royals. And that was fascinating to watch. I was blessed enough to be able to see the opening of that particular documentary. And I was blown away about what all it goes into making just even the purse for the Queen. It's pretty phenomenal.
I would love to watch that. I'm very
Yeah.
interested in fashion and
Yes,
and
I
the
know.
royals.
And the royals. And also it's fun now to have this ability of live streaming because we meaning the people in the world can choose what they want to watch. And Britain has put out BritBox. Have you heard of BritBox yet?
Mm-mm.
So obviously I watch a lot of TV. And BritBox would be like a Netflix type company, and they put on wonderful shows. And so they had a show on that that my husband and I were like, okay, watch another one. It's bedtime? No, I got to see what happens next. And it was The Last Kingdom, and that was really a great way to learn a bit. And then my husband's like going, they're following history really well, but he's a good history buff. But anyway,
We need to have him on the show, Diann.
Yeah, he's pretty smart.
John,
But,
come on out. Where are you?
Where are you, Heidi? He's probably
Step into the living
somewhere.
room. Let him
Right.
get on the piano and play a couple
Yeah.
songs there.
But I do want to, really want to do a shout out for the people in England for the BritBox and their wonderful productions, their detective shows. So maybe we can throw a little bit of that out in the show too. What do you think?
I think so, definitely. And I think also our dear friend Daphne, she might be able to bring us some live updates
Oh,
from.
that's true.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun?
That would be loads of fun. Loads
We'll
of
have
fun.
We'll have a chat with her.
You'll have
Well,
to tell
Diann-
people who Daphne is. So
Oh,
that they're not-
yeah. So I'm sorry if you just joined us. Daphne DeLucci is the unsung hero. I'm going to say the unsung hero. She is, the movie Wizard of Oz.
Yes, of course.
She's the wizard behind the curtain that's you
Yes.
see what she puts out there, but because she's working so hard and working so many hours, she can't be in front of the screen because we need her back there doing all the things that she's doing. So she created the websites and she's done the graphics and she's done the branding. She created Talking Heads. She created the Listening Mentor, and she's got lots of other great ideas. So she's a marketing and branding expert. She's had many business opportunities. She's a lighting expert. She's an interior design expert. And her partner, Stephen Gill, and the two of them have a company called Roar Media Creative. And they're over there in the UK. They actually just opened a film studio and they are full service. So if you want to do a documentary or you want to do a film, a TV show, maybe you want to just do a movie about yourself, whatever it might be. And Daphne's also fantastic at book covers. She did the book cover for my new book coming out. So it's DaphneDeLucci.com, or you can go to roarmediacreative.com, and she will take you and your business, your branding to a level you couldn't even imagine.
You beautifully stated. I can't add any more to it except that she's going to be rebranding me. So I can feel that on. No. I'm going back to the cow days. I lived across from the rodeo grounds. They branded everything.
You have lived so many places, Diann. I can't keep up with you. You're in Dubai and now you're on a rodeo. It's great though, because you bring so much knowledge of various cultures and just exciting information that unless you've experienced it, you don't know about it. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Well, I'm excited about our show, and I hope everyone will stay tuned for all the new exciting things that are about to happen, correct?
Absolutely. And again, please go over to our website, usaglobaltv.com, book your session, and sign up for the United Kingdom News and Culture. And Diann, just when people thought that they had had enough of us, we're coming back.
Yes,
Top
we
of the
are.
hour for fashion, travel, and fitness, which I'm really
Yes.
excited about. So we look forward to seeing everybody there. And again, join us. We want to hear from you. Help us promote the UK and all of the wonderful people over there, and also here, and Americans in the UK.
There you go.
There you go. All right, we're signing off for now. We're going to take a look at Diann's latest video clip, which is Song of Peace. Diann, do you want to tell people where they can purchase your books?
Sure. You may purchase at any of your local bookstores as well as Amazon.com. Just Google my name, Diann Boehm, and Diann Floyd Boehm, my maiden name, and you will find me.
Find her. All right, let's take a look at Song of Peace, and Diann and I will be back in about 15 minutes. So wherever you are, stay there. We've got more for you. Bye.
Kapayapaan, kapayapaan, kapayapaan.
Diann Floyd Boehm's A Song of Peace tells the story of a young lad named Tommy whose fervent wish for peace on earth touches the hearts of his friends and family, spreads to his community, and eventually unites the whole world around making his dream of peace a reality for everyone. Sit down with the children in your life and share Tommy's amazing story of love and hope. Sing your own song of peace and invite the children to join you. Tommy's tale is more than just a story. It's a movement, and everyone's warmly welcome to take part.
Kapayapaan, 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 kapayapaan.
You'll find A Song of Peace, along with many other wonderful learning and enriching opportunities for children of all ages, at DiannFloydBoehm.com.